Hey everybody, what's up? I definitely didn't spend a good 20 minutes trying to get my PC working because for some reason Opera GX. You might be wondering, hey Glowchips, what's the point of today's video? And I'll tell you in a second. Really? Now, some of you might be wondering, Glowchips, I see the title of today's stream is making the worst YouTube shorts ever. How are we going to do that? Well, the plan is simple. What we're going to do is we're going to come to the YouTube Shorts tab on YouTube and we're going to look at the most viewed YouTube shorts of all time. And we're going to recreate those we can. I don't know about this one. I can't animate, so we're going to come down here and we're going to go down a little bit until we find something we can actually recreate. What are we gonna do? I don't know. You know what I'm doing today? That classic YouTube thing. Hey guys, what's up? In today's video, I'm going to go become a Minecraft YouTuber and I'm gonna do stuff that Minecraft YouTubers do. Not that stuff though. What do Minecraft YouTubers do that I could put on YouTube and not get canceled for? So what we're gonna do is we're going to go in and create some parkour setups. We're gonna get some random stuff that just happens in the background. We're gonna do all that kind of stuff. And yeah, give me some ideas about stories to tell in chat. I'll read through them, I'll rank them, and whichever ones are the best ones are the ones we will create. Except Discord call. Holy shit. Ferdor. Hi. Ferdor, you see how bad my bitrate is? If I join a Discord call, my stream will literally crash on the spot. You motherfucker.
Take this shit, man.
Everyone starts spam calling Glow. Don't do that. Also, if for those of you wondering why the stream quality is bad, it's because my computer sucks. So go down there, like this video, comment on it, get this video shared so I can become a famous full-time streamer who has access to good fucking Wi-Fi.
No.
Please stop your choking me. I'm gonna choke you harder. What? Anyways, why is my chat just like a bunch of dementia-ridden babies? You know what we need to do? We need to go back to the 1960s. And then we need to like start doing what old people used to do, which is feed their babies crack cocaine. Anyways, once we have 3 types of wood, we'll be able to make 3 different YouTube shorts, all right? Everybody knows you can't make the same YouTube short multiple times because YouTube will not recommend it as much. So what we need to do is we need to use different types of wood for each parkour course. So that way we will be able to tell the story. This right here would not make a very good area. We need to find a nice flat location where we can build all of our stuff. So the plan is simple. We're just gonna make a very brief parkour course we can parkour on for about a minute. And once we've successfully done that, then we can farm that for YouTube Shorts content. It's a perfect plan. Now, I'm noticing, chat, that we're still kind of at the, hey, we need stories section. So if some of you could give some of those stories, that'd be pretty sick, I think. Let me tell you guys a story, all right? When I was about 5 years old, I was riding my bike down the driveway. And what happened was I was riding with my brother and he decided it'd be a funny idea to come and use his bike to hit the back of my wheel. And so I ended up flipping 360 degrees in the air and I landed on my head. And somehow, because it was just a freaked up little baby, I was okay. But I ended up having like bruises on my head for a while and I was bleeding a little bit. And I'm like 90% sure that that might be what ended up causing all of the brain damage that I currently have. But I can't confirm, and I can't deny. And I know I do just have Asperger's by default, so that could be one reason. But ultimately, I think that's probably what ended up causing the situation. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Have a nice day. Okay, I think that was a way... Awesome. So this song is going to loop, and then we're just going to listen to the song in the background. I'm going to tell a story, okay? Get off the course! No! Get off the course! No! Get off the course! I have to restart the song now. I have to restart the fucking song because this motherfucker... When I was younger, my dad was a huge fan of Star Wars, and he tried to introduce me to the movies, but I could never really get into them. So one of these days, he comes up to me while we're having dinner, and he says, hey, there's this new show that's out called The Acolyte, and I want you to watch it with me. And so I'm like, all right, well, unfortunately, we kind of don't really have the time for that because of my fucked up work schedule. And he's like, all right, well, I think you should check it out on your own time. And so I did. Slight problem. It's not very good from what I hear. So I decided, hey, everybody's saying this show sucks, but my dad likes it, and I'm sure it's probably pretty good. So I take a look and, hey, what do you know? It is not great. I've heard a lot of people say a lot of things, and I'll be real. Yeah, it's pretty bad. What'd you guys think? Was that one good? Listen, chat, while we're kind of stuck in this hole, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a moment to make a place where I can actually see the sunlight, and then we're gonna listen to some background noises to figure out which the next one we're gonna do is, all right? It's gonna be iconic. If it's not iconic, it won't work. Nah, this one could be very funny. We have to tell a story that gradually gets more and more insane. So here's a question. What is a story I have that would be relatively insane enough to be able to tell? Because I can't really think of a story off the top of my head that is just bonkers and off the wall. I'm thinking over my life. I don't really have too many stories I can tell. Do YouTube short stories have to be true, or can I just lie? I'm gonna tell the story about how I found out about FNAF, okay? A lot of you will know that one of my favorite game series of all times is Five Nights at Freddy's. And as much as I am a fan of it, I'm not so much a fan of how I found out about it. You see, when I was a wee little dice guy, I did this funny thing where I ended up accidentally spitting up a lot of milk onto my babysitter one day. And she said, you know what? I am going to clean up, and while I do this, use this computer, and while you use the computer, I'm gonna go clean up, which I don't blame her for, right? So what ends up happening is I'm sitting there using the computer and I see a recommended video from a channel I've never seen before. I think it was Smike or something, about Five Nights at Freddy's. Now, me being a baby, I assume, oh, Freddy. I know a guy at school named Freddy. This must be his house. And so what I do is I go and I watch the video, and it freaks me out so badly that I have nightmares for months about it. And so what ends up happening from this is that because of me spitting up milk and me then seeing Five Nights at Freddy's, my babysitter now comes in, seeing me watching Five Nights at Freddy's, freaking out and screaming because I got jump scared. And this was the first jump scare I had ever received in my life in a video game, right? There were probably others before it, but this is the first time I ever really got jump scared. And so now I'm sitting there, I'm screaming and crying, and at this moment, my parents show up, and they ask, hey, why is our kid screaming and crying on a phone watching a horror game about possessed animatronics? I mean, they didn't know at the time, but still, the only reason that they knew about this in the beginning was because I spat up milk. And so now I'm sitting there, I'm on the floor, I'm crying, I'm screaming, my babysitter is losing her mind, my parents are losing their mind, all because of Five Nights at Freddy's. And now, 15 years later, that has spiraled into me being one of the FNAF people of all time. And because of this, I'm now in a situation where I get to sit here and tell people on the internet, hey, one time when I was a baby, I spat up milk on my babysitter, and this ended up spiraling into me becoming Freddy Fazbear. I'm Freddy Fazbear. I'm gonna get you. Har, 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 har. I'm drinking milk right now. Watch this. Holy shit, that was a bad idea. I should not have drank that. Editor, you're gonna have to condense that somehow.
No. No, I don't think I will.
Ooh, I got a fun one. You gotta have some stories that are like on the more embarrassing side every now and then. And that way they seem relatable. And then people will be like, wow, that is relatable. We also are gonna have to find some better background music than this. Let's see what we got. I don't think that's gonna work. This one could work actually. Ready, everybody? When I was younger, I had a bit of an issue when it came to sleeping because of the fact that my room had a bit of a centipede infestation. But my parents didn't believe me because they thought centipedes didn't live around here. Or, you know, they just thought I was lying because I did lie a lot as a kid. I was a reactive liar. Sometimes I would say there were bugs in my food, it'd be just because I didn't want to eat it. So I don't blame them for not believing me when there were centipedes in my room. And one day, I'm there in my bed, I'm trying to sleep, and I feel something in my nose. So I sit up in bed and I think, oh, what's that? And I blow my nose. And a centipede comes out. Not one of those big red ones, like the little white ones, the house centipedes, you know? And so that's the story of how I accidentally snorted a centipede. And if you want to snort a centipede, make sure you like this video. I will put centipedes in your nose. I'm going to find you. I'm going to come to your house. There you go, guys. How was that? How's that one? You guys like that one? Ooh, that's good. That's good. All right, ready? 3, 2. People always ask me, hey, are you afraid of the dark? And the answer is yes. Want to know why? Well, you see, when I was younger, I had a preschool teacher with this funny habit of taking kids downstairs and scaring them. Why? I don't fucking know. Maybe she was unhinged. Maybe she was just a freak like that. And you know what? I can respect scaring children. But you know what I can't respect? Scaring me specifically. Because that bitch installed a deep-seated fear of darkness into my mind. Let me preface this. I was 3 years old, and she would take us into the dark basement of the school, and she would scare us, and she would scream at us. Why? I don't know. But on the bright side, she was fired, and on the not so bright side, she got hit by a car in 2007. So that was fun. Another one could be the time I got ran over by a dog. That'd be fun. Well, that's gonna be the next story. All right, ready, everybody? Okay. Oh shit, I forgot what that story I was gonna tell. When I was younger, I had this funny incident that caused me to fear large dogs for the rest of my life. My mother, being the wonderful woman that she is, decided to take me to meet some of the kids in my neighborhood when we first moved into the area where we live. And so, while we were there, I ended up meeting this lovely lady who had 2 dogs. One of them was this adorable, tiny little Chihuahua that was evil incarnate. And the other dog was a large German Shepherd. And so one day, I decided, hey, I want to pet the puppy. So I went outside into their backyard to pet the puppy. And the little Chihuahua was just the sweetest, most precious little thing when I got to it, all right? But the German Shepherd was not. The German Shepherd came bounding over to me and knocked me over. And then it ran over me. And that fear of being run over by a large dog stuck with me for years. And to be honest, that's one of the few fears from my childhood that still sticks with me to this day. Because ultimately, there's no real fear I can see that trumps my fear of dogs. I think dogs are scary sometimes. But hey, you know what? I'm scarier. We're gonna start from right here. Gotta find some more background OST to listen to. No. Okay, that'll work. I went to a weird preschool when I was younger. There was a giant playground, and that playground was infested with cockroaches. And so because of the rampant cockroach infestation that the playground had, some of the kids ended up meeting the same cockroach multiple times. One kid, we'll call him Cletus, had a pet cockroach she named Lefty because half of its legs were torn off. And one day, she decided to keep it as a pet. However, the teachers didn't really like that, so they put him in timeout. But they didn't want to just kill his cockroach because then he'd just start sobbing. So they just let him keep it in like a mason jar. And so while he's sitting there, I also got in timeout because I counted to 100 and the teachers didn't want me counting to 100 because it was nap time and I was counting to 100 during nap time. And so while I'm sitting there in timeout next to Cletus, he pulls out a little plastic bag with staplers in it and he starts eating them. I don't know why, but for some reason, this kid just says, hey, he eats staples. He's eating staples. Eventually he gets pulled away and he goes into his family's car. He takes his cockroach with him and we never saw him again after that. So that's the story of Cletus, the cockroach guy. And Cletus, if you're watching this video, do you still eat staples? I don't know how I feel about that one. Let's find some more background OC to use. Ooh, okay, perfect. Oh, great. I'm dead to a zombie. That's sick. Ready, chat? Here we go. When I went to elementary school, I kind of accidentally started a war among preschoolers. See, there was this club that decided to meet outside in this clearing in the woods, and a bunch of people got rejected from it. So because of that, I got really upset, and I said, you know what, I'll make my own club. And that club consisted of me. That's it, it was just me. But I was happy, vibing and chilling, until one day, I find out that a bunch of various girls from the grade of mine also got rejected. So I ended up starting an all-girls club, except I was not a girl. And so I kind of just vibed with them until all the guys decided, hey, our club kind of sucks. Let's go join them. So then they all came over to my club, took it over, and now I was excluded from my own club that I started. Because of this, I went to their old base and I started a club. And then all the people who got rejected from the first two clubs came over to me and they said, hey, we want to join. And so that's how I started a war, because they went to war with each other. Like this video if you want to go to war. Listen, chat, this might be a bit of a controversial topic, but I think heroin is not good for children to do. But that's just me. Did you guys ever have those bathroom incidents at your school? The ones where you'd have kids just doing the craziest stuff? One time, I was trying to use the bathroom, and I walked in, and there was a kid next to a urinal, sitting with his pants down, and another kid on his knees with a blue cheese in his mouth. To this day, I have no idea what in the world I could have even been attempting to do. Somehow that's not the craziest thing to happen at my school. The craziest thing was when a bunch of kids who were on the football team were caught and sent to prison for doing heroin in the bathroom during a school assembly. Honestly, that's just how it is in Georgia schools, you know? Shit's fucked up. Oh, I know exactly the story to tell with this one. All right, ready? You guys may or may not believe me when I say this, but I saw Bigfoot when I was younger. Me and my family were sitting out on the back porch of our house looking up at the shooting star show that was going on at the time. And I hear something rustling from down below in our backyard. So I took a look down, and what do I see but a big hairy guy walking through our backyard. Now I think, holy shit, it's Bigfoot. Who is it realistically? Probably just some guy, like, walking through. But I like to believe that it was the one, the only, Bigfoot. That was a very short one, but I think that's a good short.
Yes.
All right, ooh, I've got a fun one. This one's gonna be very... Actually, I probably shouldn't say that for legal reasons. You know, a lot of you probably are gonna think I'm insane for this, but when I was younger, I thought I had 3 nipples. You see, I had this funny thing when I was younger, where I'd constantly point out anything about myself that was different to other people. The fact that my teeth were all yellow, the fact that my eyes were a little bit off-center, the fact that my nose was crooked, and the fact that I had 3 nipples. Now, here's the thing. I didn't actually have 3 nipples. I had a skin tag right below my left nipple, but I was a stupid kid and I didn't know what a skin tag was. So I just thought, oh, sick, I have 3 nipples. And anytime I was at like a water park or a pool or just a lake for whatever reason, I would go up to random people and I would just say, hey, do you know I have 3 nipples? And I'd show them my skin tag. Now, looking back on this, it sounds bad. That's because it was. No, for the record, I was like a kid when this happened. Like, I was like 5, right? I'm not like 18-year-old man walking up to kids saying, hey, I'm gonna show you I'm not a Minecraft YouTuber, okay? I mean, I know you're watching me play Minecraft, but I swear, I'm not a Minecraft YouTuber. Everybody get ready. When I was younger, I went to a bit of a insane, fucked up high school. One of the kids in my high school had this massive grudge against a teacher. And to be fair, this teacher wasn't the worst person in the world, but she was kind of strict. So one of these days, this kid decides to make a card that depicts them killing them. And I'm sitting there next to this kid, and I'm like, hey, that's crazy. And so I like report this, right? And then the teacher goes, she's like, oh, cool. And then she goes. Then a couple hours later, I get called in the principal's office, and they think it was me who made this insane card that has like the teacher getting decapitated by some random guy. Because one time I got upset that the teacher gave me a bad grade, and they think that it was me who did it. Number one, I cannot draw that well. It was a very well-drawn card, I will say, but I just have terrible artistic talent. And then number 2 is the fact that I don't kill people. Why would I kill people? Why would I kill a teacher? That is insane. Hey, sometimes when you go to school in Georgia, when you go to school in America, just period, shit's fucked up. That's kind of all that I've got. Let's end the stream with something copyright free.
Hey guys! Alright, everybody have a fantastic day tonight. I really appreciate you being here. Let's go ahead and share it to YouTube community Discord. Make sure you join the Discord. Make sure you all raid. There's no go got raided. Alright? Have a fantastic day tonight. Hope to see you all in the future. Until next time, I've been Go Tips. I'm gonna raid somebody. Have a fantastic day. Make sure you like and subscribe.
I suck big bananas.